Again, a gorgeous day here. MetLife Stadium, San Diego, and New York. Coming up, the Jets will see them first on offense. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Phil Simms here. Want to see how the Jets handle it early in the game because it's been a mighty struggle with the offense in recent weeks.
Yeah, how about that? San Diego gives the ball to the New York Jets. They know that offense has been struggling. And I just say this to the Jets offense and Brian Schottenheimer, the coordinator. Bring out your best stuff to start the game. Get the confidence going for your quarterback and your football team.
60. Really, no breezes at all. Just a gorgeous fall day here in New Jersey. Novak to kick it off. He was in camp actually this summer with the Jets, was waived, and then picked up by San Diego when Nate Kading was injured on the opening kickoff to start the season. Novak drives it down to McKnight at the goal line. And McKnight, who's already had the longest run in Jets history, run back of 108 yards for a touchdown against Baltimore. This one goes for only 19 yards, and that'll set up Sanchez and the Jets from the 20. He ran for a score, threw for one as well in the win over Miami on Monday night. His line includes Brandon Moore, his 112th straight start. It's the longest streak of any guard starting streak in the league. And then Tomlinson gets the call here against the team that drafted him in the first round back in 2001, and for whom he rushed for 12,490 yards, the franchise record. Two tight ends to begin for the Jets, Keller and Matthew Mulligan. And it's Tomlinson, and a nice move, weaving his way out for about 9, and Mulligan, who came in as a second tight end, threw a good block on that one.
Well, the New York Jets offense, they're in a hurry-up mode here, but they saw the Denver Broncos run the football against this Charger defense. They want to do the same.
It's Tomlinson again, and he has a first down. That's significant because the last two games, they opened those games with 3 and outs, 4 straight series.
And you know, too, Jim, just a little thing. The hurry-up offense there, the second down. Keep the energy going for your offense.
When we were going first on the field, you saw live LT running out, and as he was running out, introduced, he looked the entire way, sprinting down the field over at the San Diego bench.
120. One first down.
And a third straight carry this time. No gain. And Tomlinson, he's got the bolts. All the number of years he played there in a San Diego uniform.
And the Jets on one calf. How about that?
Yeah. The Hall of Famer now. He's carried it 3 straight plays. Sanchez looking down, the field goes short underneath instead, and a bobbling catch it is by Keller, and the ball ends up in the hands of San Diego and returned all the way for a touchdown by Donald Butler. I'm not sure that Keller ever had a clean hold on it.
Sanchez gets hit too. Takeo spikes. Keller does have control of it, Jim. It looked like he gained control with both hands and speed, rallying to the football.
Look at coming over. Phillips really helped force it. Sean Phillips. Then Donald Butler just stripped it away and took off running for the 6.
A scoring play, as everybody knows, it is automatically reviewed.
A 37-yard fumble return. Keller struggled with the catch and then clutched it with 2 Chargers on him. Butler breaks away with it. The touchdown has been verified, and Novak makes it 7-0. A minute and 49 seconds into the game, and the San Diego defense, which had struggled on takeaways this year, comes up with a big one. You have to go back to the first opponent possession of the season against San Diego, Minnesota. And on that first opponent drive, Sean Phillips picked off Donovan McNabb. It set up a later 6-yard San Diego touchdown. They had gone 19 full quarters since they had amassed any takeaway points.
Well, Jim, take away points, takeaways. Speed on the defense does it. Pressure in the quarterback, not necessarily sacks, but the pressure on Sanchez caused the errant throw and the fumble.
It was Takeo Spikes who was in on Sanchez and caused that throw to be fractionally off, enough where Keller was never able to make a clean play on it. Novak drives it to the back of the end zone, and back to the 20 come the Jets.
Well, let's look at it. Here's John Connor. Watch him. There we go. Watch his block as he hits Takeo Spikes. He delivers a very good blow, hits him hard, but doesn't stay in front of him. And look at the throws offline. Nice adjustment by Dustin Keller to catch it, but never able to get it in there and protect it.
There you go. Spikes forced that throw behind Keller, and then Butler just strips it away.
Takes it away. What a job.
First career touchdown for the second-year man out of the University of Washington, drafted in the 3rd round last year. So the Jets come back out now. They bring Sean Green into the backfield. Holmes with the grab, and the Jets pick up 8. That's San Diego defense up front. Antonio Garay, he was on the Jets practice squad when the Chargers signed him off that squad back in 2009. Takeo Spikes, as Phil just highlighted, he was the one that was in on Sanchez on that throw that led to the touchdown. And Eric Weddle has had 2 game-clinching interceptions this season. One against Kansas City, one against Miami. 2nd down and 2 for New York from the 28. Inside give, and it's Green bouncing around for a 1st down and 3 yards.
Well, what this Jets offense, they need a lot of things, but one, give Mark Sanchez extra time. And when he gets that extra time, what does he do? He finds Santonio Holmes down the field. Then everybody, how about the block by Plexico Burress? Frees him up to score the touchdowns. When you want to score a lot of points, of course, in the NFL, you need big plays. The Jets did get a few of them last week, but they haven't gotten enough of them, that's for sure.
1st and 10, Brian Schottenheimer. Quarterback coach at San Diego, 0-2 throw 5, and they got Burress a 1st down. They wanted to get Plexico involved early. They told us that when we met with him this week. So they give him the little short toss, and he takes it for 15.
It's a run play. That's what it was. And Mark Sanchez says, okay, if Kason is going to be that far off of him, I'm just going to stand up and throw it outside to Plexico, and that's a good job after the catch.
So the Jets look at the move on Kason. Have it at the 46 now.
180.
And flags are down as Green tumbles back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't look like a clean handle on the snap. Ron Winter, the referee.
Offside. Defense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Antonio Garay, 71, from New Jersey. Got a lot of friends here today.
Jets now in San Diego territory, 1st and 5. And Green, there's a nice move, and into the secondary, and down to the 25 before Weddle finally trips him up. Picks up 24.
Well, it's just a good job by Nick Mangold inside the center. Good block. Matthew Mulligan, tight end, gets a block on Antonio Garay.
That's twice now. Mulligan, the 1st snap of the game, he had a block just like this.
And Brandon Moore, look how he gets Takeo Spikes. And Sean Green is, I think the last couple of weeks, Jim, we saw him up in New England. You can see he's getting in their flow and running better.
Yep, gets it again. This time picks up 3. He's coming off of 81 and 74-yard performances. Maybe his best game ever, in fact, was against the against the San Diego Chargers in that divisional playoff game that the Jets won 2 seasons back.
I know this, the Jets recommitting themselves to the run game, doing what I call more man blocking. In other words, pulling the guard, you hit this guy. None of that zone where everybody just kind of goes along. You don't hit the guy hard enough. They've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, and it's proven to be a good remedy for their running game.
The flag was thrown. It was contact.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
This time on Vaughn Martin. Green had, coming into this game, only one carry that went for at least 10 yards in his last 52 rushes. So he explodes for 24 to take this drive deep into San Diego territory and operating from the red zone. On a 2nd and 2 at the 17 with LT. Behind Sanchez and another flag. And the Jets are going to get back the 5 yards they just were gifted.
False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Up a little quick. You know, coming into this game, though, the Jets were adamant, Jim, to us, we can run the football on this Chargers defense. Now, the Chargers, here's how they view the Jets today. We're going to stop the run. They're going to have to beat us throwing the football. Well, they haven't stopped the run very well early.
2nd and 7. A fake to the end zone, and Burris had 2 defenders on him back there, Weddle and Cason. He got turned around.
Yeah, it was a good play-action fake by Mark Sanchez, but the defense is not fooled. They're trying to get him in a little move and then go behind the safety because they think Eric Weddle reads the quarterback too much and reacts. But that time he stayed back, did the right thing. Nowhere for Mark Sanchez to throw the football.
3rd and 7, and Jeremy Curley, the rookie receiver, is in slot to the right. Little shovel pass, and it's Tomlinson stopped a couple yards short. That had prospects of a big play, but the Chargers closed in on a hurry, and 4th and 2, they're going to bring out Nick Folk.
Well, there's no doubt this is a good decision. Kick the field goal, get the points, always put the points on the board in a situation like this, especially early in the game.
Nick Folk has not missed this season. He's 8 of 8. He's one of 7 kickers in the league without a miss. Nick Folk, Novak on the other side is also a member of that exclusive club. So the field goal drive 34 yards out, dead center. So the Jets give up a quick 7. Then they come back, settle it down with a drive, put up 3. We'll see Rivers for the first time when we come back. Jim Manson, Phil Simms back here at MetLife Stadium. And the Jets put up some rare first quarter points, at least their offense anyway. Their defense had actually, and special teams had outscored the offense this year. 16-14 in first quarter action. Coming into this game. That's Goodman. And from 6 yards deep, out he comes. And he's ridden down. Well covered by Lankster. Just a 23-yard run back. Finally, we're going to see the Chargers offense on the field when we return. Thursday on CBS, there's never been a better time to watch Person of Interest. New episode Thursday on America's #1 network. So we're some 20 minutes down the line since the opening kick. And now Philip Rivers ready to bring out the San Diego attack. He's gone 8 straight games, throwing for at least 250 yards. His numbers are not what he usually posts, but they're winning, and he loves the way they're winning. Finding a way. Going to come out throwing. And a pass a little off the mark. He was trying to go to Ryan Matthews, and they're so dangerous, the 2 backs in the passing game, Matthews and Tolbert. This offensive line's been intact now for every game this season. And Hardwick may be underrated, I have to say. We were looking at film this week. The center. And Vincent Jackson. Let's check out that matchup today with Rivas defending. Second down and 10, trying to cut outside, and Matthews slips out of the tackle and takes it for a couple. The Jets going to be facing a third down here. They're number 1 in the league against third down. They got a new starter on that line, Kenrick Ellis, the rookie out of Hampton, in for Mike DeVito, who's out with a knee. Westerman, he's made some flashy plays since taking over for Brian Thomas. And Rivas with the 2 picks on Monday night, including the 100-yard run back. 3rd and 7. And Rivers looking for another option, and he is going down at the 14. Aaron Maben makes the play, his 3rd sack since becoming a Jet.
Well, we talked about it, Jim, in the opening. The San Diego Chargers said this is the best defensive secondary we will face all year. And this is a good example. Everybody covered down the field, nowhere to go. The rush finally gets there.
Mike Cypress to punt. He's only punted 12 times in 5 games. Doesn't qualify for any of the league stats because he doesn't have enough attempts. But he sets sail on a beautiful 59-yard punt that merits a fair catch by Curley. 7-3, San Diego, first quarter. Provided by MetLife. As we see the Jets offense on the field for the 3rd time. This drive beginning at the 30. Gregory comes over to man up on Keller. Sanchez looks his way. He's going to Keller, and a pass overthrown a bit. Excellent coverage as well by Steve Gregory. We've got the update. Let's go to James Brown.
Jim, Bears fans are clamoring, pay Matt Forte.
Yeah, Phil, this is the heart and soul of Chicago. You talk about everybody else. It is Matt Forte. He goes outside, back inside, 32-yard run. They went to Atlanta on Thursday. It was all business for them, and they're playing like it. Up 7-0.
Hey, Coach, I love that fired up Phil Simms today on our pregame show. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Yeah, he was good. Thank you, JB. And that game, of course, over at Wembley Stadium. We've seen a couple of games over there. Looks like the field conditions are the best they've ever had there. 2nd and 10. And a quick toss over to Curley. Picks up about 2. Yeah, they're talking about how fired up you were.
No, I wasn't fired up, and I wasn't trying to start an argument with Boomer Esiason. I just, Bill Walsh wrote a book once about football. I read it. You know what he said? Trust what your eyes tell you. So, Jim, we watch. I've seen every game. I'm not going to say I studied every play and throw, but Mark Sanchez has been solid. He's not the reason why they're 3-3. They got other problems. He's holding his end up. 3rd and 8. Sanchez on target. Keller has the first down, and all the way down to the San Diego 34. Spikes finally chased him down, but it picks up 34. Well, that is a good matchup for the New York Jets. Anytime you get their tight end against Takeo Spikes, a true middle linebacker, that is tough for the San Diego defense. Good job. Good protection once again from that Jets offensive line. Monday night, the best pass protection I've seen Mark Sanchez have maybe in his career. It's actually Dante Hughes who finally was able to chop him at the 34. And a running play with Tomlinson picking up a couple. What did you expect out of Tomlinson today? This matchup he's waited for going against his old team. Well, he's going to get an increased role today. LaDainian Tomlinson, since he's come over from the San Diego Chargers, I like what they do with him. He's a specialty runner. Usually when there's one back in the backfield, it's going to be him because he's good at that, but he's a good screen catcher and a draw runner. Those are the things I expect from him today in this game. Give me a yard on that last play. 2nd down and 9. And Sanchez to Burris. And that one's overthrown. Cason on the coverage. Well, what about the timing between Sanchez and Burris? A lot of talk about this during the week. Burris has not delivered what a lot of people thought he would. Well, when you get a guy like that, Jim, you got to hope they come into what you expect in the second half of the season. But that throw right there, I blame that on Mark Sanchez. We see it every week by every team, the back shoulder throw. That was a perfect example to throw it to Plexico Burress that time like that. Sanchez missed it.
3rd and 9, he goes gun. Got the time he needs, and diving catch is made. And that's Keller. Picks up, yes indeed, the first down. Goes for 11.
Yeah, you know, guys are going to get open when they get this extra time. Mark Sanchez gets a second look. Doesn't like it, let me reload, and gives Keller that extra amount of time, and it gives him a chance to find an open spot. Nice move by Keller, good throw by Sanchez.
That is now 2 third down conversions on this drive by Dustin Keller. Vladimir Dukas is lined up on the left side of that line for the Jets. Sean Green, the running back. They fake to him, play action. Sanchez gets it away in time, and Holmes makes a sensational grab for a touchdown. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense number 74. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Nick Mangold called for it, nullifying what was a great play-action fake by Sanchez and a grab that's worth looking at again by Holmes.
It was a hold by Nick Mangold. Corey Legit, number 94, comes to the left of the center, and as he anticipated it, was aggressive, got through there, and Nick Mangold had to hold him.
That takes the Jets back to the 33. 1st and 20. Patrick Turner in as an extra receiver. And they try to go middle, and there's a flag down as Green only picked up a couple.
Offside. Defense number 76. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's the 3rd different down lineman for Norv Turner to be flagged here in the first quarter. Even though it was a penalty, how about the way that Holmes laid out for this one?
Oh, well, that's a route we've seen Vincent Jackson for the Chargers run so many times, but he faked inside, he faked outside, and came across. Terrific route, and of course the catch was terrific too.
Holmes is not in there since making that grab, and that's why we've seen Patrick Turner on the field. And back to the end zone they go, and it's intercepted at the goal line by Eric Weddle, who gets up and starts running with it. Ferguson trying to chase, and finally shoves him out of bounds. D'Brickashaw pushes him out at the 24. Sanchez's first interception in his last 77 throws. After a couple of clean games, Sanchez picked here. 2 turnovers by the Jets in this first quarter. The first one, a fumble return for a touchdown by Donald Butler. This is only the 4th snap of the game for Rivers and the Chargers. Here's the toss, and Matthews, they close in on him so quickly, it loses a yard.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at this interception. There's Plexico Burress. Watch Eric Weddle, how he reads the quarterback and reacts. Good move by Plexico Burress, but great reaction by Weddle to get back over there and help Kason out.
Marcus McNeil is down on the field. We have an injury timeout. We'll be right back. Marcus McNeil walking to the Chargers sideline. What happened on that play, Phil?
Well, watch him hit Calvin Pace. There's the left tackle. Fires out head-to-head. He hits with Calvin Pace. And then Marcus McNeil, when he goes to the ground, grabs his helmet. Calvin Pace. The Jets, they've been giving up perimeter runs. People getting outside and getting big yards. They're not doing it to the side of Calvin Pace.
You see Brandon Dombrowski, 62, has come in for McNeil. Gates is back on the field as well. 2nd and 11. And it's Matthews slipping through a little seam, and riding with him was David Harris and Eric Smith. Picks up about 8. You don't think that Ryan Matthews would love to have a big game being on the same field as his hero, LaDainian Tomlinson?
It is his hero, and he had to have the same number as LaDainian. Wanted it in college, and of course to be drafted by the Chargers, I'm sure when this game's over, he's going to run over and shake LaDainian's hand.
3rd down, 3rd and 2. They bring in Mike Tolbert flanking Rivers. Tolbert, a dangerous receiving threat. Got 28 grabs on the year. And a catch for a first down with a flag down at the 40. Malcolm Floyd right in front of Antonio Cromartie for 8.
Holding. Defense number 31. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Antonio Cromartie, top of your screen, going against Malcolm Floyd to redirect. Oh yeah, he pulls the jersey. And you know, I always say this about defensive backs, Jim, especially corners like Cromartie and Rivas, who play so much man-to-man coverage. Figure out what you can get away with. Now you know, play the game.
Of course, we talked a lot about Tomlinson going against his old team. Here's another case with Cromartie. He was the first-round pick by San Diego back in 2006 and traded to the Jets before last season. A lot of people were open about in that San Diego locker room after he was traded. They thought things would be better now that he's gone. And Antonio, that wasn't lost on him, nor was it forgotten this week by a lot of members of the media. Cromartie just pushing that aside and saying he's forgotten about it, doesn't worry about it.
Well, he's been a good teammate to the Jet players. They think highly of him.
Played those 4 seasons, had 15 career picks, including that 1 year, 10 in 2007.
Play results in the first down.
Seemed to be confusion. Were they going to take the 5 yards, or were they going to give him the catch? So the penalty in the end, although it was originally said they were going to take the 5, it was declined, in fact, by San Diego. Of course, they'll take the 8-yard gain and have a new set of downs at the 40. There's confusion. The officiating crew has been worked out. Tolbert's first carry. He's going to go to the outside. And he's going to rumble for about 5. And we're going to go to New York and James Brown.
Tampa defense coach getting them on the scoreboard.
Yeah, after back-to-back interceptions, Matt Forte is going to try to go sideways, but Rondé Barber is going to tackle him. And right now, 7-2 Chicago leads Tampa Bay.
You sure that wasn't a World Series score, Coach? Let's take it back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, thank you, fellas. Tampa, hot and cold, coming off a win last week, and Chicago looking revitalized. Let's go 2nd and 5 here. San Diego out of the shotgun. Knocked down, incomplete. That was Cromartie defending on Jackson. Well played. Get the edge you need to win your fantasy league. Interactive tools, award-winning player rankings, and expert chats throughout the week at CBSSports.com/fantasy news. So they get Antonio Gates back for this game. They've missed 3 straight. There he is looking in on Rivers. They haven't thrown to him yet. Patrick Creighton in as well for the Chargers. He shifts in tight on that right side. 3rd and 5. Rivers open man, and there he is. They do go to Gates. And he has his first grab since week 1 for 12 yards.
Well, first off, Phillip Rivers, extra time to throw it. Has nobody around him. And then when Antonio Gates, you know, he is so smooth and deceptive. So he runs down the field. As Norv Turner says, he is a basketball player. And he can make cuts that defensive backs are just not ready for. Kyle Wilson couldn't stay with him.
Inside of a minute, first quarter, as the Chargers cross midfield for the first time. They pitch it to Matthews, trying to exploit that perimeter run defense of the Jets, but they've had it locked down so far. No gain.
Well, that's what Rex Ryan talking so much. We asked him many questions about the run defense, and he goes, look, the outside linebackers got to do a better job, but they really want their defensive backs, the corners, Revis and Cromartie, when it's their turn, get up in there and make that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Jets 43-yard line. Duck pass caught by Gates for another first. And that runs out the first quarter after the 12-yard gain. 7-3, San Diego after 1, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Second quarter begins with San Diego on the move. Dustin Keller had a couple of grabs in that first quarter, setting up a Jets field goal, but the Jets had 3 key miscues, 2 turnovers, one of which was returned for a touchdown, plus a holding call that wiped out a touchdown.
Well, it's evident so far in this game. The Chargers, okay, they'll say, we'll let you have the outside. They're throwing inside to the backs and looking for the tight end.
From the 31 on first down, Rivers heaves in, and Jackson with the grab. Revis on the coverage. Down him at the 15 and another first. 16 picked up.
Right on cue after I say that, but Vincent Jackson, he is a great route runner. And you know, Jim, he's one of those guys, it's full speed, and when he puts that foot in the ground, he comes right out of that cut. Big. Phillip Rivers, what a range he can throw the football to when he looks at Malcolm Floyd, Antonio Gates, and Vincent Jackson. Just throw it out there. They're big, they're long, they can make the catches.
Randy McMichael now, the tight end, moving in on that right side. On first down, caught the 16-yard line. It's Tolbert cutting back, butting heads with Eric Smith. Picks up 4. What a hit by Eric Smith, who told us this week over at the facility, I love contact. I get bored playing middle of the field watching everybody else make tackles.
Well, he found the guy that likes it too. Mike Tolbert, not afraid of contact. That time the Chargers did the right thing. They got outside. They double-teamed Calvin Pace. Nobody there to help Calvin Pace out.
Of course, Tolbert had a concussion in their last game 2 weeks ago in the second quarter at Denver. Was cleared to play. 2nd and 6, right back to him. And Tolbert is inside the 5, down to the 4. And again, it's Smith on the tackle. This one picks up 8.
Good kick-out block. Jacob Hester, the fullback, gets David Harris, kicks him out. They run inside.
Tolbert is very tough down here near the goal line, but they've struggled in the red zone this year. Only 40% conversion to touchdown inside the 20. And when we talked to Phillip Rivers this week, he said this is the area of the game we have to improve the most.
Well, they got to remedy. 2 good running backs, keep running it in there.
Rivers rolling out, looking, and just throws it at the feet of Calvin Pace. Nothing was open. So the 13th play of the drive coming up on 2nd and goal.
Jets not fooled. Even though the Chargers have been running it well, the coverage, everybody's in position. And you know, you talk about red zone offense, Jim. It's designing the plays, but really, when you're a powerful running team, which I think the Chargers could turn into, that red zone offense is going to get a lot better.
They've been without Gates since he made that catch to end the first quarter. 2nd and goal, try to run it in with Tolbert. And he churns out a yard. That's it, 3rd and goal on the way. Strap on the helmet again. So Gates returns. And I think Tolbert was making an appeal about possible face mask.
Oh, yes.
It's Jim Leonard who reached in. Actually mark it at the 2. Gates is in tight on the right side. Rivers. End zone. Gates. Touchdown, San Diego. Right over Josh Monga.
There was a confusion. Look at Jim Leonard and Eric Smith both talking to each other. Well, who's got him when he goes outside? That was a terrific move, the fake in, and then look at that arrow to the back of the end zone. Tough coverage for Mongo to try to stay with him in a route like that.
Well, that's how you fix the red zone struggles. You get Antonio Gates back on the field healthy again.
Put the big guy in.
(14-3) Chargers. 14-play drive that included 3 third-down conversions. Antonio Gates, his first touchdown of the season. CBS traveled to Bangkok, where it's 4th and long to the former NFL star and his wife, Marcus Pollard. Don't miss a new Amazing Race tonight only. CBS. 70th career touchdown reception for Gates.
Well, Norv Turner says he does so many things for the football team. He gives you single coverage. He can, do this and that. But he goes, but let's don't overlook the one big fact. He can make 6 or 8 big plays a game for you. We've already seen a couple here today.
Well, he had 3 catches on that drive. San Diego had gone 19 quarters without scoring points off takeovers, turnovers. They got 14 today already.
Well, you talked about Gates' 3 catches, Jim. Well, 2 of them have been on blown coverages. Here's Antonio Gates. Now I want you to watch. Safety inside. Here's a safety. They both go inside. There's nobody to stay outside to help in the coverage. And as he catches it in the back corner of the end zone, now look at Jim Leonard. Oh my gosh, what did we just do there? You can see by his reaction, the fact that he looked at Eric Smith, that they blew the assignment.
Again, the Jets were number 1 in the league against third down, and Rivers says, welcome back. On first down is Green. Backpedals, ball comes out at the end, and it's recovered by Donald Butler, but they're going to rule that Green was down. It was Gregory popping it out. They'll give Sean Green 9 yards, but take another look at it just to be sure.
Well, when there's contact involved, the ground cannot cause a fumble.
Yep.
And I would say that was contact.
Plus, he already had a shin down. Everything
Yes.
was clearly down in advance. Just a yard away from a first. Santonio Holmes back on the field, line up wide to the right. And Green plows ahead, first down. Another helmet comes flying. That one belongs to the ball carrier. Picked up 2 by the flag.
Illegal formation. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
There have been so many flags thrown so early, we're going to have to go change that battery pack for Ron Winter before too long. By the way, just received word that Ryan Matthews, injured for San Diego with a thumb and questionable to return.
Well, there's 6 men on the line of scrimmage. You can see the wide receiver to the right can't see there, is not on the line of scrimmage. That's why it was a penalty.
Second and 6.
390.
And knocked away and complete by a flag thrown from some 25 yards away. Quentin Jammer was manning up on Holmes.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. Penalizing the spot of the foul and a first down.
Well, one thing we're seeing here today, Jim, bottom of your screen. He grabs him. I guess there's enough contact there to throw the flag, but it's not like Monday night. Monday night, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the stats. I don't think there was one pass interference called the whole night. Today, we're seeing some A little pull, a little touch. Throwing the flag.
Wow, there's of course one that's been highly debated since last Monday night. And yet another flag as Green is met in the backfield by Steve Gregory. Talk about pass interference call, play ago, and then the one that was so heavily scrutinized was last Monday with Rivas.
Offside. Defense number 71 in the neutral zone with the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So there is Rivas. He had the 100-yard run back, made the pick in front of Marshall.
And of course, it became a topic here in New York. Rivas got on the radio, had a little argument.
It's Green slashing out to the 50, near a first. What do you think? Was it interference? Should there have been a flag here?
Well, I'll give you a couple things. As I watch it, Darrelle Rivas has position, so you're allowed to do that. Was there contact at the 5 yards? Yes. But in the context of that game, as I watched it and I saw before that, it was not a penalty because Brandon Marshall basically lined up a few times and just ran right into Rivas, almost knocked him over, and then caught the football. So they were allowing a lot of contact down the field. Rivas took advantage of it.
On first down, Green had fought for it on the previous play and had enough for the first, got 5 more there. So at the end of the week, he goes on a radio program here with the #1 sports talk host here in New York, Mike Francesa. And Mike's playfully debating it with him, should there have been a flag, and it ends up Rivas, through the encouragement of a member of the Jets PR staff, hangs up the phone. So it became an extra big story.
I think in the whole context, it means nothing. And I think Rivas' point was well taken by me. There was no flag.
Second down and 5, play action, and Sanchez has Holmes again, and he's brought down by Jammer, but not until the Jets connect for 16.
There's the back shoulder throw. Quentin Jammer is going to match up with Santonio Holmes a lot today. He's got him if you throw it down the field, but Mark Sanchez analyzed the play properly and makes the throw right on target.
Jets putting together a nice drive. 28 now of San Diego.
5-1. You drag. You got stiff.
They sent Green wide to the left.
Well, you're looking to throw the ball quick, of course, when you go 5 wide receivers.
Batted away by Butler. And a flag does come out.
Pass interference. Defense number 56. Penalized at the spot of the foul and a first down.
That's the 6th penalty on the San Diego defense.
That was tough. That was not, in my eyes, that time, that was not a penalty. He recognized the route. Yes, it was contact, but Butler was all over. Good matchup, though, for the Jets. You get a linebacker against Santonio Holmes.
Burris down here at the bottom of the screen. He's got one-on-one coverage. Sanchez goes middle of the field, and it's Tomlinson with the grab, and he somersaults to the 6. It's Eric Weddle who prevents the touchdown, but it goes for 18.
And Damian Tomlinson out of the backfield, and they got a pick that time. Donald Butler ran into his own guy. That created just enough space for Tomlinson, for Mark Sanchez to put the throw on the money again. The San Diego defense really trying to get off the ball up front, and they're creating passing lanes, running lanes.
We got a timeout called by the Jets. They'll have first and goal at the 6. Trailing 14-3, second quarter. Well, the Jets have driven 71 yards, aided by a couple of San Diego penalties. 3 in all. They have a 1st and goal at the 6. Going to spread it out from this point. And yet another flag.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 74. Penalized half the distance to the goal. Remains 1st down.
Jacques Césaire. This is now 5 neutral zone infractions against San Diego.
Yeah, it was tough though. Brandon Moore, the right guard. I think he moves first and brings Césaire off the line of scrimmage. And even though Brandon Moore was moving to hear what was going on, it was a sudden abrupt move which caused San Diego to jump offside.
So now from the 3 on 1st down. You know they love to give Tomlinson a crack at the end zone. Instead, a top. Oh, and it's off the fingertips of Burris.
Yeah, the throw is just a little too quick for me. Needs to give Plexico Burris just a little more time, and it's, well, you can tell by just watching the replay, a little off target.
So now 2nd and goal. Tomlinson, the running back. Timeout, Chargers. 8 minutes remaining, 1st half. Jets trying to take it to the end zone for the first time today. All right, the Jets face a 2nd and goal from the 3. Now, LaDainian Tomlinson has rushed for a touchdown against every team. Scored a touchdown, in fact, against every team in the league, of course, except against his former team. First time he's ever faced him. Let's see if he's in the game plan here on this snap. They go Tomlinson, and he is met head on at the line of scrimmage. That was Spikes and others around him.
Couple easy. I thought it was a pretty easy read for the defense. The Chargers played run all the way, single coverage on the outside, and the running back is right behind the quarterback. So they played it right. 9 guys right there in front of the runner. LaDainian, nowhere to go.
So now 3rd and goal. Back to the gun. Sanchez, Burris, touchdown, New York Jets.
Burris on the top of your screen. Oh, he's bigger than, that's Antoine Cason covered him. So he just used his size, pushed him aside, and gets wide open in the back of the end zone.
Polk adds the extra point. Mark Sanchez's 10th touchdown pass of the season. Set up by a long hookup with Tomlinson. Burris does the final damage. Put together an impressive drive. Burris still clutching the touchdown ball. Oh, he's going to present a gift here.
I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure that's his wife and kids.
Goodman running. Bounces off a hit. Cole and others are in on him. Jets are 2nd best in the league at covering kicks, and we've seen it a couple of times today. Why? Tuesday on CBS, Ken Akamfu remembers everything, solve a crime without even there being a victim. Don't miss a new episode, TV's #1 new drama, Unforgettable, Tuesday on America's most watched network. Now, we mentioned Matthews with a thumb injury, questionable to return, so there's Tolbert in the huddle right now. We do see Matthews on the sideline with a helmet on. Gates is on the field on this first down snap from the 13th. And it's Tolbert breaking out in the middle of the field. And rumbling out to the 42, running behind Jacob Hester. And finally brought down by Jim Leonard. 29 yards.
Good blocking, Marcus McNeil, Jacob Hester. How about the kick out on Bart Scott and Mike Tolbert, the big guy? Jim, he can do it all. He can run with power. You can see him in space. And he is an excellent route runner and receiver in the passing game.
I'll tell you, another big-time block was thrown by Marcus McNeil, who had been shaken up earlier in this game. Matthews is back in. On first down, Rivers. It's McMichael to the 49. And picks up 7. Maybe we have the Matthews injury. His thumb right here got stuck in the face guard for a moment. Bend it back, but he's going to play.
Phillip Rivers, when he drops back, he gives his wide receivers a chance down the field. But he gets it out of his hand quick, especially when he knows he can get his tight end backs in space against these stretch linebackers.
2nd and 3 and going low. Getting about halfway home. It's Matthews right at midfield. Gates in his return, and this is the last 3 games with that foot injury. He had a big series that last time they had the football. Back scored the touchdown. He was out on that last play as they're alternating a lot of snaps. Gates and Randy McMichael back in now, as is Tolbert. And even though it's 3rd and short, they're going to go shotgun and spread it out. Down the sideline, looking for the big play. And Malcolm Floyd, what a pair of hands this guy has. He does this seemingly every week, comes down with an acrobatic catch.
Oh, good job. When you're running down the field at wide receiver, you win the battle at the line of scrimmage. And that fake, a little double move he made, gave him just enough space against maybe the tallest corner in football.
What a call on 3rd and 1. Thought for a minute somebody might upstairs say, you might want to look at that again, but it looked like a clean catch. So don't waste the challenge. Here's a little pass to McMichael. That play went for 28 to Floyd, and this one's good for another 8.
First guy is not bringing these receivers down. Coverage downfield is good. It is amazing watching the Chargers offense, though. When Gates is in there, opens a lot of things up.
As Matthews. Right into the arms of David Harris. And a late shove as well by Pete Toitua. And they're going to mark him, it looks like just a little bit shy of the first. So this red zone situation on the season, got David Harris down on one knee for the Jets. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard to go, and finally going to say, we got an injury situation here. Bring your training staff out. You saw the red zone numbers for the Chargers on the season. They haven't been great. When you talk about really, you look at red zone numbers, you're talking about touchdown conversions. The main thing you look at from an offensive perspective, they've been 41%.
And, you know, I don't overjudge them, Jim, just because what is the objective? Like against Denver a couple times, they played for the field goal. That field goal was as important to them as a touchdown was. So sometimes the play calling can skew those numbers, but saying all that, the Chargers, of course, want to be better. They told us that, too.
Yeah, that's what Rivers talked about this week. Big point of emphasis.
Worked on it during the bye week, and you know what it is for them? The scheme is good. They got a lot of different ways to attack a defense with their running backs, tight ends, throwing the football. They just got to execute better. Veteran offensive line, there's no reason why they shouldn't be great inside the 20.
So Harris made the hit, then got kind of bent over here, and he hobbles to the sideline. Tolbert is the running back out of the eye. It will be Tolbert, and he has the first. So hard to stop on short yardage.
Well, they just do a good job on the outside.
And this guy is just, how do you stop him? He was a linebacker in high school, he told us this week, and really wasn't a running back except in a few rare short yardage situations. Got to Coastal Carolina, they said, you're a running back. He did not get drafted out of Coastal Carolina, but San Diego had expressed a lot of interest in him all along. Blossoming into quite a player now. First and goal. And that is over the head of Hester as the Jets had that well covered. Pace was down there, Leonard as well.
What did Mike Tolbert's running back coach tell him at Coastal Carolina? PTB.
Protect the ball. That was his running back coach, Keith James.
And what else he said? He goes, well, you don't like it? Transfer.
Yeah, that's right. For the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, where he played with Tyler Thigpen at quarterback. Here he is, Tolbert. Timeout. Rex Ryan was running down the sideline to call it. Jets have one timeout left in the half. In case you're wondering how fast can Rex Ryan move,
Did that answer the question?
that's his new personal best in the 40.
Fast enough.
Fast enough. What about all the words that were exchanged this week? You know, he kind of absent-mindedly, and we talked to him about it. He said, I didn't even know what I was doing. Talked about had he been the San Diego coach, would have won a couple of rings, had to apologize. Second and goal. Coming after Rivers, who unloads it in time. And Rivers is walloped, and a flag down at the goal line. That was Aaron Maben in on the quarterback into the pass thrown in the area of Antonio Gates with Leonard on him.
Pass interference. Defense number 36. Penalizer just fouled a foul and a first down.
They can't block the blitz. Phillip Rivers, though, trusts his receivers. So Antonio Gates doing a little double move. That's why the pass interference happened. What a quick little move by Antonio Gates. And Rivers trusts the receivers, saying, hey, you won't let them intercept it, even if the coverage is tight.
From the one, it's Tolbert. Tolbert still driving, moving the pile, and he's close. The reason Ryan was running down the field to call that timeout, just add up the numbers. The Jets had 12 defenders. The Chargers going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to go in the half, and they're a yard away from punching it across. 14-10 lead San Diego. A foot away, the Chargers. 10th play of the drive coming up, and second and goal. Coming out of the 2-minute warning. Here at MetLife Stadium. It's back to Tolbert, and Tolbert into the pile. And in fact, he lost a little bit as Eric Smith came up.
Eric Smith from the outside just shows you what kind of athlete he is. He's at the top of the screen, just works right down the line of the scrimmage. Excellent job. Eric Smith played so well last year, late in the season in the playoffs, earned him a starting job this year.
Back-to-back stops on Tolbert, who's the lone back on 3rd and goal. Tolbert for the 3rd straight play, and this time he is in for the touchdown.
Jim, I think you said it right. He just gets down lower than the tacklers. And that is really good job, a good job of blocking on the right side by the San Diego offensive line. Jeremy Clary, he gets a good block.
To 10, both offensive touchdowns by the Chargers occurred on 3rd and goal. In fact, they've converted their last 6 third downs, and again, 2 of them for touchdowns. Watch the right side.
Oh, Jeremy Clary just washes it down there. Chris Dillman, the left guard, he's the puller. They love to pull him out, and that was an excellent job by him opening up that hole for Mike Tolbert. You know, when you get in situations like that, give it to the running back that gives you the best chance, and make sure you're pulling the lineman, the guard. That's Dillman for the Chargers, who's going to get it done.
I think it was interesting with Tolbert being stuffed on the 2nd down play, which was the one coming out of the 2-minute warning. It really took away some of the options here for the Jets to try to put anything together. Now, they got enough time, but that ate up another 40 seconds or so for the Jets here with 1 minute and 16 to go and 1 timeout. And they scored on that first, of course they were trying, but had they done so, Sanchez and the Jets would have had a little bit better prospects. Don't forget the Chargers will get the football to start the 2nd half.
Tolbert scores a touchdown. What does he do now? Well, he's got to go down there and run down and make a tackle.
Trying to do it all. There's McKnight. Novak. Right. It's so dangerous. And here he goes again. Wow, that was close. And it was Tolbert. Phil, you had it. It was Tolbert on the tackle. I'll tell you, had it gotten away, but Tolbert held on by the ankles. McKnight might have had another long run back. Look at Tolbert.
Oh, excellent job getting off his block, seeing the fact that McKnight is going up the middle. Well, that's earning the keep, that's for sure.
Man who can do it all is Tolbert. Linebacker in high school, basketball player.
What position did he say he played best?
Played them all.
Played them all.
Played them all.
I was big and strong. I could do anything.
On 1st down, Sanchez in the middle of the field. Just a short gain to Keller. Give him 5. Holding on to the 1 timeout and taking a while to get to their feet. Burning more time. Sanchez hit when he threw it. That was Sean Phillips coming in on him.
Been quiet today, Sean Phillips, number 95. Nice spin move against Wayne Hunter. Gets inside.
Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, and Coach Cower. All the scores and highlights, including Houston's big first half at Tennessee. Arian Foster, monster performance. That's all coming up, Sprint halftime report. 3rd down, throw, and the catch is made for the 1st down. That's Curley, the rookie from Texas Christian University, for 9. Jets hurry up to the line and spike it at 32 seconds.
What a job by Sanchez standing in there against the blitz. And does it still 1 timeout. The Jets offense today, Jim, you got to be impressed. You know, they had to fumble, of course, but they're making plays down the field. Sanchez, the big interception, but he has been sharp throwing the football except for that 1 throw.
Wayne Hunter comes out, dinged. Vladimir Dukas in for him at right tackle. Second down with 32 seconds and the play is whistled dead. Timeout first was called by the Chargers.
Timeout.
That's why.
San Diego. They're second.
So no flag. Again, the Sprint halftime report coming up with JB Dan, Shannon Boomer, Coach Cowher. We'll take you around the league. In case you're wondering, Tim Tebow's much ballyhooed. His first start of the season, 3 for 5 in that first half down at Miami, 24 passing yards, but they've been blanked. They're down 6-0 to the winless Dolphins. All those stories coming up with the Sprint halftime report. Chargers weren't quite organized, and that's why they called the timeout.
Yeah, good timeout. Don't give up a play, of course, Jim, in a situation like this. You know, Chargers, they've had a few problems getting their defense lined up. The Jets, they have made mistakes in pass coverage. Both teams go in at halftime, they're going to yell at their defenses.
Wayne Hunter back in, Dukas out. Second down, and Tomlinson threw his hands. Payson was right there to meet him at the 50 had he caught it.
Good job by Sanchez moving in the pocket, and that drop by Tomlinson's almost a good one.
Yes.
Saves the time. Wasn't going to get but about 1 yard.
Third down with 29 seconds. Pressure, steps outside of it, and over the head of Curley. Spikes was in the backfield, making life difficult for Sanchez, and they have to punt.
Nowhere to go with the football. That time, Curley down the field, very well covered by Dante Hughes, and Mark Sanchez really just threw it away.
Well, TJ Connolly is the rookie punter, undrafted out of Idaho. He's punted more times than any other punter in the league this season, but this is the first occasion today. And coming up with the fair catch is Patrick Creighton at the 20. Where can you hear Steve Jobs talking about his amazing life? Only on 60 Minutes. His authorized biography tonight, only CBS.
You said the fair catch. You know, my question is, why?
Yeah.
Why would you catch it? Why take the chance? Let it hit the ground. Let it roll. The half's going to be over.
Right. They're going to probably kneel down here anyway.
Don't catch it. I don't blame him. I blame the coaches. Tell them.
Don't really even need to send anybody back deep for that matter. Then maybe try to go in and get a punt block if you want to try to create a play before the half. That's the end of the first half with the score. San Diego 21, New York 10. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message. And a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. The Chargers won the toss and deferred the football to the start of the second half. Let's take a look at the NFL mobile recap presented by Verizon. Start of the game, less than 2 minutes in. Donald Butler takes it away from Dustin Keller, and the Chargers had a quick 7 on the board. Had led throughout, and it's 21-10 as we're about to get the third quarter started. Longest kick return of the season for San Diego, 27 yards. Got Richard Goodman standing 5 yards deep, and the next closest Chargers at the 35-yard line. There he takes off. This is their longest kick return of the season. It's a 32-yard run back. Well, the Chargers were able to sustain a couple of long drives and some key third down touchdowns, in fact, in that first half. What do you expect we'll see here?
Well, I think the Jets got to change their game plan on the defense. They're getting no pressure on Phillip Rivers. A couple times when they have, it's because they've all out blitz. And the San Diego Chargers are taking advantage of the underneath coverage. They're saying your linebackers can't cover the tight ends and the running backs.
380!
They begin with Matthews, the running back. Play action fake to him and rolling out, tossing it to Matthews. He's able to shake off the first hit by Bart Scott and pick up about 6. Tolbert had 53 yards on the ground in that first half and the touchdown. Sanchez threw for 131. The Jets actually had almost 200 yards of offense, but they had those 2 giveaways plus a touchdown taken away because of a holding penalty.
You know, I will agree with Boomer Esiason what he said at halftime.
Wait a minute. You what?
I know.
Matthews up ahead, and he has got the first down at the 40. What do you agree
well,
with?
the Jets offense and Mark Sanchez, it's going to have to be, they're going to have to push it and go. Because you can see the first play, this Charger offense, they are clicking.
I'm going to tell you, for the Chargers offense, it's nice to have a quiet crowd to start the third quarter because the stands, and this isn't unusual just to hear either, but they're half filled right now coming back from the intermission.
57!
They're operating on the road and not a whole lot of noise resistance here. First down from the 41. And Matthews, he almost was able to break it. Got tripped up on the back heel of Dombrowski.
You know, and Jim, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Jets front, somebody's got to make the plays. And I'm going to give a lot of credit to this Charger offensive line you talked about early in the game. They've been together a long time. I'm not going to say they're great, but they're solid. And I'll tell you the other thing about them I noticed getting ready for this game. They're tough. They're mean. You know, they like to get out there and have a little fight.
They've got McNeil out. Remember, he was shaken up in the first quarter, came back later in the second. Dombrowski's in for him at left tackle. Second and 10. Floyd turned around, and that one went through his hands. Cromartie was right on him.
Good coverage on the outside by Antonio Cromartie. And, you know, we've talked about him, and I talked to the Jets, Dennis Thurman, the secondary coach, Rex Ryan. The one thing they say about Antonio Cromartie, studies, really knows who he's playing against, and the one criticism they have of him is that he plays too fast and might be too aggressive.
David Harris is not out there, by the way, for the Jets. Injured late first half with an ankle. Rivers has not missed today on third down. 4 of 4 going for the big ball, and that's over the head of Jackson. And again, airtight coverage by Revis. There was nothing there.
Well, Darrelle Revis, when he matches up top of the screen, he always gets the best receiver from the other team. And that was played perfectly.
Cypress out for just the second time today. Had a 58-yarder in that first half that demanded a fair catch. Curley back at the 10 to return it. If he gets the chance, it's another high soaring kick. Will be run back. And there's a flag thrown in. 49-yard boot. Randy McMichael down there on the special teams coverage.
This crew's going to have to ice their arms when the
No
game's
kidding.
over.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 30, the return team. Penalized half the distance to the goal. First down.
So the Jets will be backed up inside the 10 with their first possession of the second half. Is there a better way to spend an autumn afternoon? Chris Schenkel used to talk about on a Saturday afternoon long ago. Gorgeous day here as we see the Jets come out for the first series of the second half for them. Down 21-10. Run it with Sean Green. Picks up 3. How about the protection today on Sanchez? What have you seen?
Well, overall, it's been very good. But let's look at 2 plays. The one to your left, when he gets hit, no protection. What's it? an errant throw, which turns into a touchdown for the Chargers. And on the right side, protection, he puts it right on the target, and Dustin Keller gets 31 yards. So I think that says it all. Same play, two completely different results.
Been hurried 6 times, has not been sacked. He's avoided a couple. Here on 2nd and 7, he's got the time. Now he's going to run with it. Big time lane for Sanchez, who's able to gobble up yardage out to the 37. That's a 25-yard scramble by Sanchez. That's the longest of his career.
Coverage down the field was great. But Mark Sanchez, good job of stepping up. And that little pump fake that he had made the defense take that one more step, created a bigger running lane, and a nice job by him.
This was Jammer on Holmes.
Yep, safety, double covered. Nowhere to go with the football.
Joe McKnight is the running back. First time we've seen him in the backfield today. Had a couple of catches on Monday against Miami. Five times in the first half that San Diego defensive front jumped.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Make it 6. 8 penalties in all on the San Diego defense. This is Travis LeBoy.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to, I don't know. When I look at it, Jim, I thought that was on the Jets. I thought the Jet defensive player moved the same time as LeBoy did.
That's twice you've seen that, but it's gone the other way. 1st and 5 from the 42, and this is McKnight. And the former USC running back has 3. Set up just a 2nd and 2. Give him a lot of options with this play call coming up. Mark Sanchez going against the team that was his boyhood team, if you will, raised just a little more than an hour outside of San Diego and Mission Viejo, California. Sat in the stands for a couple of Charger games in his youth. Only the 2nd time he's ever faced him. Beat him as a rookie in the playoffs. He's got Green up the middle. And Green falls for what looks like a first down. We got a little update by way of London. First, let's stop in New York. Here's James Brown.
Chicago enjoying his trip to London.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was all business for them. Tampa Bay coming off a big win was there all week. Not much tackling there, Phil. What do you think? 21-5, Marion Barber 12 yards out.
Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
So the Chicago Bears having a good go of it. We were there 3 years ago this weekend with San Diego when the Chargers went against the Saints and were beaten in a wild one over there. Both teams scored in the 30s with the Saints winning it. First down and 10 from the 47. Sanchez rolling out. There's the first sack of the game. He had Holmes wide open. He had 10 yards at least on the nearest defender.
They had it set up. It's a play that every team runs. So you see it on the defensive side. You go, I know this one. The running backs, the fake, they're going to throw it into the flat, they think, and they're moved by Santonio Holmes. Breaking out. Watch number 10. Usually you break out in this route. There he goes. Nice fake by him. And Sanchez not able to get it off. How about that? You wait for the right spot. You got it. It's a touchdown. Quarterback gets sacked.
Yeah, the play was there, but the protection wasn't. It lost 9 yards for the Jets. 2nd and 19. Looking long again. And he's going to heave it down the field to Curley. And just outside the outstretched arms of Jeremy Curley.
Man, when they watch this game tape, they are going to hate a lot of things. Watch Dustin Keller as he goes down. Wide open. Sanchez wants to throw it to him. And what happens? He falls. Well, I just saw. He got incidental tripping. That's why he fell down. But he is going to be wide open. Sanchez, at the last second, decides to throw along. Good job of seeing down the field, seeing Curley.
3rd and 19 coming up. When we talked to Sanchez, he talked about how San Diego practices third down defense. Their defenders lock on exactly where that third down yardage is needed. So they're the best at this. In fact, they are able to close in on Tomlinson. He picks up a chunk, but it's not enough for the first. So that picked up about 13 yards, and the crowd is booing as Connolly comes back out to punt for the second time.
Well, they booed going in at halftime. They're booing because everybody in the crowd saw the touchdown that was going to happen. They probably saw Dustin Keller fall down.
Peyton is the returner. Waves for the fair catch and makes it at the 5. So we remain at 21-10. Chargers.
Why?
New Jersey. The Chargers at 4-1 on the year, riding in here on a 3-game win streak, leading it by 11. And a nice bit of tackling, closing in on Ryan Matthews was Marcus Dixon. No gain. We're going to that break. You were saying why about Patrick Creighton making the fair catch call?
Well, because it's at the 5-yard line, Jim.
Yep.
Why not just take the chance, let it hit the ground, roll in the end zone, and start from the 20? All right, if it doesn't, you get it to 2 or 3 yard line if you're unlucky.
The Jets without a takeaway today. Coming up with 10 in the last 3 home games. They need a big play as Rivers throws it out of bounds. All right, back to the Rex Ryan comments earlier in the week. He had been up for the job that Norv, in fact, got. He was interviewed for that job and was asked about it this week. And he said just kind of off the cuff, well, I probably would have won a couple of rings out there, which, of course, came off really wrong. And Norv Turner replied back, well, where are all those rings he talked about winning in New York? And there was an apology, and it's all forgotten, but is it really?
Well, before the game, they had a laugh. They are friends. They like each other. But you know it rubbed the Chargers wrong. And Norv Turner, when he said they're back, what did he say? All of his players said, way to go, coach.
On 3rd down from the end zone, Rivers had pressure, and he throws it away in the area of Malcolm Floyd. That was Kyle Wilson coming in on the safety blitz, and a big 3-and-out by the Jets defense.
Well, it was good coverage. Kyle Wilson on the blitz, too. Catches them by surprise. The Chargers should have been ready for it. McMichael goes to the left. The blitzer's coming from his right. He doesn't see it. Phillip Rivers has to let it go.
Let's watch the snap. Mike Wint. San Diego had 4 punts blocked last year. He gets this one away. Not his best of the day. And there is a flag down back at the Jets' 42-yard line. That ball traveled 40 yards.
During the kick, holding, number 26 receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Ellis Langster called for that, so the Jets will not take over in San Diego territory. Down 21-10, mid-third. We're back, and the Jets have been penalized on both San Diego punts in this half. And they'll take it over at their own 45 after forcing Phillip Rivers and the Chargers offense off the field in 3 plays. And then the punt and the penalty, and here come the Jets needing something to happen. Down 21-10. Deshaun Green up ahead and taken off. And he's got 10 yards, and the Jets have their largest rushing total of the season now. Gives them 107 yards for the day on the ground. Saturday, the Home Depot SEC rocks with Georgia and Florida. Vern and Gary will be there for that one. Tracy Wolfson as well. And then, of course, it all begins in the studio with college football today. Tim Brando And Spencer Tillman and Eric Weddle down on one knee. And we'll take a break here. Back in a moment. We're back. Eric Weddle actually walked off the field. He'll sit out for at least a play, but appears to be okay. The Jets picking up 10 yards on the green carry on that first snap of this series, and now operating from the Chargers side of the field. Trying to go up top. Sanchez in trouble. Now backpedaling and throwing it away. We had Sean Phillips bearing down on him. Could this possibly be a grounding call? There's no flag, but the officials were summoning here for a moment. Conferenced. And it's going to just hold up as an incompletion.
I thought Sanchez was maybe even out of the pocket too, Jim. And he did get the football, of course, past the line of scrimmage.
Move Mulligan around a little bit. Second down and 10. This time he has the protection. Goes underneath. Green takes a tackle and then falls at the 40 after a gain of 5. How about the Redskins and the Panthers? What's going on down there? Let's get the update. James Brown at the studio in New York.
Can John Beck be the man for Shanahan?
He's catching the Cam Newton right there. He's going to feel. Watch him do it. He's going to blow his own imitation. 4 yards out, and now Washington back in this game, 16-13.
That capped a 7-play, 82-yard drive for the Skins. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, fellas, of course, that's the man they wanted at quarterback. We thought going into camp, Shanahan wanted to go with Beck. They make the change after Grossman picked 4 times last week. Here we are, 3rd down and 5 for New York. And Curley has the first down catch at the 30. Jeremy Curley, they traded away Derek Mason a little more than a week ago. And relying on the rookie this time on a big 3rd down conversion gain of 10.
Yeah, he's finding his spot in this offense. That time, a 3-man rush look by the Chargers. They blitz out of it. Mark Sanchez goes to the easy, quick throw, and Curley against Jammer gets it done.
Eric Weddle is back in that secondary for San Diego after missing a couple of plays. Jets go with McKnight at running back. He takes it on the toss, on the sweep, and McKnight collides with 2 or 3 Chargers after a rush of about 3.
Well, you got to say this. Since the Baltimore fiasco this Jets offense had, they've gotten back to what they want to be, and it's slowly getting better every week, Jim. They played pretty solid,
Went up to New England, started to go do what they wanted to do, running the football.
Ran it, didn't turn it over. We saw a really good outing on Monday night against the Miami Dolphins. They did better, and today, the best, like you said, the best they've run the football all year long.
2nd down and 7. They fake the run. Sanchez off his back foot, throws it away. Keller was down there, but again, the pressure was on him. It was Takeo Spikes in the backfield.
Takeo Spikes gets against the running back. And running backs, when you're too aggressive, you can see Sean Green lowered his head. Once he did that, he got off balance. Coverage down the field, good.
Coverage on Burris over here.
Let's go, Burris, covered.
All right, 3rd down. Got to get to the 20 for the first. Curley again, and he's got a second 3rd down catch of this drive. Drive-sustaining catch by Curley. Picks up 8.
Well, good route. Of course, good throw by Mark Sanchez. A blitz by the Chargers, and it was picked up. I'm not sure Curley didn't break his route off there and change it because he saw the blitz coming from his side. And Jeremy Curley acting like he's just returning. There's the blitz. Look at the pickup. Good job by Wayne Hunter, right tackle, moving out and picking up the outside blitz.
They got a first down at the 19. Handing it to Green, who slips through a little hole and takes off inside the 5. Looked like he might have stepped out. Summer wanting the pylon touchdown, but they're going to rule him out at the 3. Steve Gregory pushed him out. He broke away from Travis LeBoy right here.
And Quentin Jammer comes up, has outside force, and completely misses Sean Green.
Sean Green for 15. Running like the Sean Green of his rookie year in that divisional playoff win at San Diego when he ran for 128 against the Chargers in that big Jet upset. First and goal. It's Green. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Diggs.
It's Niall Diggs on the coverage.
And you can hear that from up here.
Another helmet flying. Yeah, Green had the buck 28 performance against the Chargers. That's the most any Jets ever rushed against San Diego in the all-time meetings. There have been 33 matchups between these franchises coming into today, and no one ever had a bigger Jet rushing performance than Green did in that rookie year. He's got big numbers today, 79 on the ground. Second and goal. To Burris. Another touchdown for Plexico. Brian Schottenheimer salutes Green as he comes to the sideline. He did a lot of the work. Curley helped with some big catches, and it's back to Burris for the score.
That's good fake by Mark Sanchez, but the coverage outside, you just can't give that kind of room to Plexico Burris. That was about as easy as it gets for Mark Sanchez.
We'll go for the one here, and it's 21-17. Sanchez with his second touchdown throw of the day, both of them to Plexico Burris. Well, a whole lot of chatter this week about where has been that big aerial connection between Sanchez and Plexico Burris.
Well, they said Plexico Burris had his best week of practice all year, all 3 days. So it shows when you watch the game.
Goodman. What a stick at the 16-yard line. That's as far as he could go. It was actually Patrick Turner who made the hit, and this has just been moved here this afternoon. The announcement that LSU and Alabama coming up on November the 5th moves to prime time in 2 weeks. Prime time coverage. Home Depot SEC on CBS. LSU, Alabama, 1 and 2 will meet November 5th on CBS. Chargers come right out to the shotgun. Rivers, and that is Rivas defending on Jackson, who looks around and says, wait a minute, there's contact. But Rivas not going to allow that one to be completed.
And you know, when you watch Darrelle Revis, and the coverage is outstanding on that play, not even close to pass interference, but the fact that he plays the receiver inside, the slot guy, where he can go in, out, down the field, everything, I think that's what separates him so much from all the people that play this type of coverage.
Rivers has missed on his last 5 throws. Goes on the draw to Matthews. And he has stood up at the 19 after a pickup of 4. David Harris back out there, makes the tackle. What about Rivas today?
Well, anytime you're going against Vincent Jackson one-on-one, and I don't think Vincent Jackson's really had a great impact on the outcome, so it's been a good day for Darrelle Revis.
As Coach Ryan said, he may be the only guy ever who is always handed a one-on-one assignment with the other team's number 1, and they double the number 2 guy.
That's right. And nowadays, you know, Jim, so many outstanding receivers in the NFL, different from 10 or 15 years ago.
On 3rd and 6, incomplete. Went back to Gates. He had 2 Jets surrounding him, including Donald Strickland, and another 3 and out for San Diego.
Well, this ball gets tipped. So it doesn't matter if there's pass interference or anything down the field. Once that football is tipped, you can hit the receiver, do whatever you want.
That was Wilkerson, the rookie first rounder out of Temple, who got a fingernail on it and obviously kind of changed the flight of that football, made it a difficult catch for Gates, and the Jets had it covered anyway. McKnight with the 25. Stutter step move. Thought there might have been a clip back there on Monga, but well, now the flag is out. McMichael makes another special teams tackle, 55-yard punt. But there's going to be a block in the back against the Jets. Now there might be one going each way.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, number 15 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, so they don't call the clip. You saw it. You thought you saw it too, right?
Yeah, I did. On the we just saw it. Does he get him in the back? Yes, well, I'm not saying he hit him, but he did push him. And there's a little fight down. Richard Goodman.
Yep. Holding the face guard, and that's going to bring the march off of 15 and the football out to the 48. As the momentum has shifted here. Follow the NFL while on the go. The NFL's mobile apps are all new for the 2011 season. To get the apps, go to NFL.com/mobile. Fake to Green. Over to Curley. Curley slips away. A flag is down as Curley breaks a couple of tackles and then is out of bounds at the 41. But I believe it's coming back.
Jim, you saw that play. If you remember, the Jets ran that type of screen against the Oakland Raiders and got a great play out of it. But I think DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
And Nelson man downfield, number 74 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So that wipes out an 11-yard pass play.
Nick Mangold, the center. Let's watch him. See what he does. Well, he's downfield. Now, you're allowed to go downfield 1 yard as a lineman on the screen. And when that football is in the air, then, of course, you're allowed to go another yard or so. So a lineman can be anywhere to 3 to 4 yards down the field on the screen. And, man, that was a tough call. I thought they were going to call holding on DeBrickashaw Ferguson pulling out there trying to make the block.
I thought National Flag Day was in June. Back to the 43. And it is Green. And another flag is down, of course.
It might be Nick Mangold again.
A loss of a yard on the run to Green. Eric Weddle, who was banged up a little bit, set out a couple of plays, made the tackle.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, you know, Jim, a lot of penalties, but, you know, I'll go to this. There's still no excuse because they're being consistent. So I always say it, when you're playing baseball, once the strike zone's established, live with it. So you adjust your play to fit the officials.
And that's part of your argument about what happened last Monday night. You thought everything had been established in terms of the physicality of that game early.
No question. Look, I noticed it even watching it on TV at home. And then when I watched the game as we were preparing, I went, wow, Brandon Marshall could be a lead. He could be a fullback the way he was hitting the defensive backs.
First down and 25. And Sanchez trying to get it all right here. And incomplete. I'm looking for a flag, of course.
So was I.
But there isn't one this time. Jammer knocks it away.
Good coverage, good play action fake. The Jets like this play. Sell it. Jammer gets that left arm on there.
He's there early.
Fans are yelling. I thought it was a good no call.
You didn't think there was contact early?
You can have contact. It did not change the course of Santonio Holmes trying to catch the ball.
Draw Green. Falls for about 3 yards. You know, LT started this game, but has not seen much action lately. Been down on one knee. He had a collision earlier in this quarter with Eric Weddle. Actually, it was in the second quarter.
Yes.
And we're running out of time here on quarter number 3. Jets the only side to score there in the third. They put up a touchdown. It's a 21-17 game as we head to the fourth, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Quarter. So the Jets have it as we start the fourth. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms on the scene here at MetLife Stadium. 3rd and 22 for Sanchez and the Jets. Incomplete off the hands of Keller.
That play was ruined by Sean Phillips. His jump off the football made Mark Sanchez move and just gave him no chance to complete it.
Boy, did he time that.
Man, so you got to be careful. Sanchez has done a great job all day. I've been listening to him with the snap count. Now you get those obvious passing situations.
Say Antoine Barnes also.
Yep.
He anticipated that snap.
That's who it was. I was wrong.
Conley with a short boot. And whistles had blown first as Patrick Creighton had signaled for a fair catch.
Did he?
Caught it and took off. Or was he shielding his eyes from the sun?
You can shield your eyes. You can't raise it above the height of your helmet when you're shielding your eyes.
It looks like he was waving. It was a 37-yard boot.
Invalid fair catch signal. Receiving team. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, what a break for Creighton because he fumbles in the end.
Yeah, that's an invalid fair catch. He's not shielding his eyes. I'm looking to see where the sun is. Not that it's that sunny of a day, but that is a good call. You know, don't forget, on a sunny day, you got to be alert.
Well, Creighton's made a couple of really questionable decisions. 2 fair catches inside of the 10 on one occasion, and this time, I mean, do you not remember whether or not you called for a fair catch? Then you fumble. You're fortunate you don't turn it over. Here's San Diego. Can its offense get revved up again? It's Matthews running out of bounds after a gain of about 10. What's going on with the Lions and the Falcons? James Brown has the update.
The man with the nickname Megatron.
Yeah, JB, Calvin Johnson, 57 yards from Matthew Stafford. Remember those early season comebacks. This team knows how to come back. They trailed 20-16, but Atlanta is driving.
Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, thank you, fellas. Atlanta off to a shakier start than anyone saw coming. That would be a win to get them back on track. 2nd down and 1. And it's Matthews for the first down out to the 40. Give him 8. Randy McMichael helped free him. Nice block.
Yep, what a off-tackle run. Watch the right side of your screen. Vasquez gets a good block. The tight end McMichael, he's trying to find somebody in there. So the Jets, a couple times, once the outside defender's kicked out, there are no interior linemen or linebackers filling that hole.
They're pinching.
So after 1 first down picked up in the 3rd quarter, they have 2 here to start the 4th. Rivers rolling out. Pitoe Tua helped chase him and force the throw away.
Well, Norv Turner said it right when he talked about Rex Ryan. He goes, of course he learned from his father. Take away the rhythm and continuity of an offense, and always know when you play the Jets, there's going to be some periods where it just doesn't flow and work. It's unique, the defense, and they got a lot of good cover guys.
Rivers coming into this game had 8 straight games with at least 250 yards passing. Well below those numbers today. 107 for Rivers with a touchdown pass to Gates. 2nd and 10. Going for a big one here. Jackson. And Rivas down defending again on the long ball.
I thought this might be the toughest matchup of the year for Darrelle Revis because Vincent Jackson is such a good route runner and is so big. And look at that, Darrelle Revis, not only is he covering you, he's looking for the interception.
3rd and 10. Crowd on its feet. Down the field, McMichael's open at the 40. Randy McMichael takes it all the way to the Jets' 30 and a 30-yard gain.
I'm going to say it's the 3rd or fourth time today that the New York Jets have failed to cover a receiver. And that time McMichael's, he was hit at the line of scrimmage, and then they let him go. They let Antonio Gates go. The Jets also did this, Jim. They let some Miami Dolphin receivers go uncovered down the field.
Randy McMichael picks up the biggest gain of the day for the Chargers. And that is Tolbert getting backed up. As you see Chris Dielman a little shaky and wobbly. The big man says, I'm going to be okay. This offensive line has gone a good part of the day without Marcus McNeil, who remains out at the moment.
It's a good point. Jets have not taken advantage of it either. They don't have a pass rusher who can line up over there and go, oh, okay, we got the backup left tackle in. Let's get it done there.
Got a timeout called by the Chargers.
The NFL on CBS.
Some pacing in the owner's box there. Dean Spanos knocking knuckles and hoping this drive might produce the first points of the second half for his Chargers. They got Tolbert flanking Rivers on 2nd down and 11. Advancing to the Jet side of the field on a big 3rd down pass play from Rivers to Randy McMichael. He's got it down to the Jets' 24, gain of 7.
Yeah, just give them a look that they're going to pass the football, but when they run these sweeps, watch Dielman. Oh, sorry, number 68 right there. Watch him pull, make the block, leave Tolbert up in there.
I think Tolbert tweaked the hamstring right here.
Yep, when he jumped, landed on that leg.
3rd down and 4. That's Tomlinson sitting on the Jets bench. Hasn't seen action second half. See what Rivers does. 3rd down play. Tipped in the air and intercepted. It's Rivas taken off again. Can he return one for the 2nd straight week? Knocked down at the 20. It bounced off the hands of Randy McMichael. Oh, no, it was McMichael who made the tackle. It was Jackson, actually, who tried to make the catch, and Rivas has a 64-yard run back. On the deflection, Darrelle Revis. McMichael and Rivers collide with Revis, but the Jets are set up at the 20.
One of the few times all day the New York Jets on a third down play played zone coverage. So in other words, they were all watching the quarterback. So when you're in zone and that football's tipped up in the air, that's why Darrelle Revis was standing there waiting for him.
Revis running right down on that same sideline, same direction as Monday night when he took it 100. Of course, Revis had that huge interception against the Cowboys week 1. So after a little summit, they're ready to put the ball in play. Actually spotted at the 19. After their first takeaway of the game.
Come on. 120. Watch and push.
Sean Green cuts outside. Sean Green down to the 9-yard line. Steve Gregory brings him down in the secondary.
What a run by Sean Green. It's a tight formation. It's meant to go up on the right side. He breaks it all the way back. Sean Green, you know, Jim, the extra carries we're seeing him get now in these games, they're just like running backs, like wide receivers, quarterbacks. Give them the reps, they get a better feel, and they become more productive.
And Jets have first and goal to go. It's Green again. Oh, he slipped for a moment. Is he okay? Oh, no. I thought that looked like something may have popped. I'm trying to make a cut. Remember, Tomlinson, we believe, is injured. No official word from the Jets. And now here comes McKnight onto the field. Right there. Notice right at that point, the right leg. I mean, just think of the way Green has been running, especially in this half. He's running with a lot of confidence, a lot of cuts, and this time a little buckle. So we got Tomlinson on the sideline without a helmet. And there's McKnight, the second-year man out of Southern Cal. Second and goal from the 11. Sanchez got all day. Sanchez to the end zone and throws it away. There is a flag. It's going to be against San Diego.
Takeo Spikes.
Holding. Defense number 51. 5-yard penalty and a first down.
That is now 9 penalties on just the San Diego defense.
Well, it's against Dustin Keller. Inside, going up the field. Grabs him. Doesn't let him go.
Look at this. Green comes back after one misplay. We're told now that it's an illness for LT that's keeping him out. First and goal, pass up, top, and knocked away. Thrown to Curley, but Gregory was the one who batted it down. Dante Hughes was in on it too.
Well, we see this play every single week, Jim. And what a good job. Well, both guys, Dante Hughes and then Gregory from the backside is coming across.
Dangerous throw. Could have been picked. Now Burris. Is he up for the triple? He's lined up wide to the right. Got Kason on him. He's beaten him a couple of times. Second and goal. going to go on the ground. And Diggs has a hold of Green, as does Eric Weddle. Holds him to about a 2, maybe a 3-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and goal.
You got to be impressed with Eric Weddle. He's alert in the passing game, and when he has to, he gets up inside and acts like a linebacker just like there and can fill the hole and stop runs.
And Green went to the sidelines. Gimpy again. As we move inside of 9 minutes, Jets looking for their first lead of the afternoon. They clear out McKnight, clear out the backfield. 3rd and goal. Sanchez looks left, goes middle, back to the end zone, and it's Burris, and he has the triple.
Oh, just right off the line of scrimmage. I looked at it. I thought Kason was expecting some help from a linebacker on the inside. To let Burris get a free release and go across the field, that had to be a mistake.
2nd time in his career. He's had a 3-touchdown game. He had one week 1 as a member of the Giants down at Dallas. And after having only 2 on the season, and everyone talking all week about, wow, maybe it was a mistake signing him. You know, the fans were on him. Media was writing about it. Where is Burris? And I tell you today, he's letting them know he can be a part of this team and a big-time contributor.
I got to admit, he looks faster on the field today than I've seen him when I've watched him and we did a previous Jet game. And Coach Cowher agreed with this. The Jets said he had a great week of practice. You've got to be able to do it on the practice field before you can come out and do it on this game field.
So Rivas sets it up. Off the deflection. Burris takes care of it at the end. Jets have their first lead of the day. Well, the Jets in this second half, they have blanked the Chargers. They're being down 21-10 at halftime to now move in front with 8:41 remaining. This one travels to the goal line. And Goodman has it out to the 23. Gates is ready to go. Chargers will be playing from behind for the first time. San Diego's offense has gone silent in the second half. From the 23, Matthews for about 4.
But the Jets, what they do in this touchdown, the fact that they split out McKnight, it gets Eric Weddle out. But watch Kason. It looks like he's expecting help. He jumps to the outside. He's looking. Nobody's there. The fact that the Jets changed that formation, I believe the San Diego Chargers made a mental error, and Plexico Burris should have been double covered. They were double covering Dustin Keller. Should have been Plexico too.
On 2nd and 6. Across the middle. Gates spins around, has the first down at the 37. Gain of 10. Well, if you didn't see Inside the NFL this past week, you missed guests Bill Belichick and Charles Barkley, plus an hour of NFL Films highlights. The best team in football, there they are. Wednesdays at 9, 8 Central on Showtime. Well, the Chargers, in the words of Rivers, these are the kind of games they're winning this year. Finding a way to win. See if they can do it again. First down from the 37. Matthews has Rivas ready to meet him and hold him to a gain of 2. You know, they're notorious for these slow starts and then getting things going in November and December. In last year's case, for example, it's just too late, too far from behind to make up the ground. But this year, he's liked the way, you know, his stats haven't been what they've been in the past, but he's loved the way this team's responded.
Yeah, when they need a crucial drive, being 4-1, Jim, they've made some. They've made crucial drives at the end of the game to hold the football, to keep the other team from getting a chance to come back and win. It's not always about going down and scoring.
On 2nd and 8. And whistles first.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Penalty number 12 of the day on San Diego. Get away from Eric Smith, but other Jets are there to meet him and hold him to 7.
Phillip Rivers getting time, but they are not getting open down the field. Top of your screen, Darrelle Revis, Vincent Jackson covered. Kyle Wilson, good coverage against Patrick Creighton.
Malcolm Floyd has not been in on any play in this series. They've got Vincent Brown, the rookie receiver, number 86, in there instead. 3rd down and 6. Rivers guns it. He's picked up again. It's Kyle Wilson. And out of bounds at the San Diego 47. He was looking for Vincent Jackson. Rivers had not been picked off in his 100 previous fourth quarter throws, and now he's been picked twice in the 4th. Huge change of events in the second half here. And Rivers, 2 interceptions in this quarter. 1 first down, it's Green. Another 7 for him.
Kyle Wilson comes over on the coverage, number 20. Lets Vincent Jackson go by him and then turns. Look at Phillip Rivers. You can see why he threw it. It looks like he's going to be open. What did Kyle Wilson do this offseason? He worked out with Darrelle Revis. What a way to get. And the coaches with the Jets say that it gave him so much more confidence. And you can see it in this play. He has played so much better this year compared to last. And he has a tough job. He has to play that inside receiver on 3rd downs.
Sean Green has a 100-yard game. He gets it again. No gain this time. Next Sunday, doubleheader action on CBS. Early, many will see the Giants hosting here against Miami, plus other regional action will be in Pittsburgh. Patriots, Steelers. Doubleheader next week on CBS, all beginning at noon Eastern Time with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. Rivers having a little chat with Billy Bullock. He's back up. It's 3rd and 3. San Diego has 2 timeouts. They need to stop right here. Down the sideline. Pass. Flag thrown. It's on Jammer. Holmes was the target.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. Penalized at the spot of the foul and a 1st down.
Top of your screen. What do you think, Mr. Nance?
I don't think I saw anything there. Did you?
No.
And that's the 2nd pass interference against Jammer today.
Yeah.
So what do they see here?
Could be. No, he called pushing. If anything, it looks like Santonio Holmes pushed his arms out.
On the 20, it's Green for another 5. What a day it's been for Plaxico Burress. been a busy day for his wife, Tiffany. She walks down from the seats, down the aisle, pick up the touchdown ball. Got her arms full with 3 footballs to take home. 4 catches, 3 for scores.
The Jets thought the big day was coming soon for Plexico Burress, but I think they thought another 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line.
On 2nd and 5, that is McKnight. For about 3. But I keep thinking about North Turner's team a couple years ago, the last year at Giants Stadium. And they had this remarkable rally going in the same direction, if you will, and Rivers led them on a winning touchdown drive to just edge out the Giants. Rivers made several allusions to it when we visited with him this week, just hoping he gets a chance to do that again here in New Jersey. Cason is out, and Marcus Gilchrist is in the secondary on 3rd and a yard, and Sanchez still has the football, trying to make a decision and trying to dive for the first. Boy, it looked like the side judge was going to come up and maybe spot it a little short, but Ron Winter goes ahead and salutes a first down. Quite an effort here by Sanchez. Fighting for it. They may want to challenge the spot here. North Turner's been talking to the officials. We're at 2 minutes, and this would mean Turner would have to challenge it because inside 2 would come up top. This is what we were talking about. Appears from that replay that he's short of the first. Again, that was a 3rd down play. Now watch the official, the side judge comes over, the line judge. Looks like he didn't have a role in that decision as it's first down for the Jets, and it's not being challenged.
Nope. Well, first off, Jim, they've already moved the markers. So even if you wanted to challenge it, you can't.
1st and goal, ball right on the 10. Sean Green breaking outside, and Green bounces off a hit, then takes it for another couple of yards, down to about the 2, maybe the 3. Coming up, the Subway postgame show. JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher will have the early recaps. Tim Tebow leading the Broncos back in that one. They were down 15-0. That game's now tied. Now,
big play, Jim. The fact that Sean Green gets outside and goes out of bounds.
Fought for a couple of extra yards, but
because the Chargers still have 2 timeouts to stop it, the clock, if they're successful stopping the runs.
Now it's a 2nd and goal, and it's Green for no gain. It's a timeout called by the Chargers. Diggs on the first hit. We've got an update. James Brown has it from the studio in New York.
Jim, you just talked about it. Here are the pictures.
After a recovered onside kick, yes, Tim Tebow finds Daniel Fells for this touchdown. They had to go for 2 points because Tony Sparano decided to go for 2 earlier in the game. And you know what it would be? Yeah, the quarterback draw. 15-15. Tim Tebow leads his first comeback. This game could be heading to overtime.
15 unanswered. And keep in mind that Tony Sparano missed the 2-point conversion when they gave it a shot. Jim Nance, Phil Simms.
All right, guys, back at a stadium where Tebow won a high school state championship and a national championship for Florida. Now let's reset this situation with 3rd and goal coming up for the Jets. Ball is spotted right at the 3-yard line. San Diego has 1 timeout.
Well, you could give Mark Sanchez an option here. Let him fake it, let him move. He could take the sack if somebody's not open, but the last thing he wants to do is take the chance throwing the ball and have it be incomplete.
Gonna roll out, looking, goes and in on our man. He takes the sack back at the 13. Will set up about a 30-yard field goal for Nick Folk.
Well, I did like the play call a lot. Mark Sanchez, very good on the run, throwing the football, and he did the smart thing. Of course, they talked about that during the timeout to make sure if it's not wide open, take the sack.
Sean Phillips saw him limp to the sideline, and he does take the sack. But the Chargers defense allowing this to stay within a one-score game. Phillips really having a hard time with it. He's back in his home state. He played high school ball down at Willingboro High School at Carl Lewis Stadium. It was Carl Lewis's, the decorated Olympian. That was his high school, his hometown, same as Phillips. That goes in the books as his second sack of the day. Nick Falk comes in. Over the last 2 years, he has not missed in the fourth quarter. He's made 11 consecutive fourth quarter field goals, and this is a short one. It's going to be 30 yards. But even with a make here, Rivers and company will have 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Going out of bounds. That was a big play in the game. Save the Chargers 40 seconds.
Falk's kick is good. And that's now 17 unanswered points by the Jets. But North Turner's bunch still has a chance with 1:36 to play. Again, coming up, the Subway post-game show. JD, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cower. All the scores and highlights, the recaps of the day. A monster day by Arian Foster as the Texans blew out Tennessee today. 41-7 on the road. And other resets and stories coming up on the Subway post-game show.
Well, Phillip Rivers, Norv Turner talking about it. No timeouts. You have to be a little more aggressive in your thinking as a quarterback. In other words, if you think there's a chance, you take it.
The one thing that hasn't been there today for Rivers is that little dump off pass to his running backs. They had 48 catches between Matthews and Tolbert coming in. The biggest tandem number of catches in the league this year. Only 2 today.
Yeah, but they've had success throwing it to the tight end. But overall, I talked about it earlier. Jets having trouble, I thought, with some of the underneath passes. But, boy, in the second half, they have tightened up.
Will be run back. Goodman. Oh, he lost his footing. Falls untouched. And then down at the 23. A 24-yard run back. Down 21-10 at halftime. The Jets came back. And then Rivas' pick set up the go-ahead score. Then Wilson stepped in front to set up the field goal. That's 10 points in the quarter off turnovers. And again, the Chargers without timeouts. And they do not have Malcolm Floyd. So Floyd has been injured in this half. Tolbert has not played for a while. Looks like he may have injured a hamstring. Without McNeil at left tackle, let's see what they can do. Rivers steps up, hits Gates, and ridden down by Strickland, who played for the Chargers last year. It's a 17-yard gain. 14 completions on the game.
You can't be switching formations when you're in a hurry-up offense.
Too much time.
Stay in the same formation until the clock is stopped.
Rivers, 8 of his 14 completions have gone to tight ends, and that's Creighton, and big-time tackle by Wilson to prevent him from going out of bounds. All of that for only 3 yards.
I think you should spike the football.
From the 45 with the clock running. Now inside of 40. Jets drop 2 deep as Rivers stands tall. And again, it's Matthews for only 4 yards. These last 2 completions have cost him about 35 seconds.
You can't take that kind of chance as the quarterback. You see they're going to get tackled on these short passes.
3rd down and 3. Rivers. Incomplete. With 11 seconds. That was in the area of Vincent Brown. So now, 4th down.
I really think here, Jim, even on 4th down.
Got to heave it all the way?
Yes, I think so.
Got to hope for a little Michigan State-Wisconsin action?
That's exactly right. Unless you can get a quick short throw to the outside just to pick up the 1st down to gather yourself.
Jets drop 3 defenders back inside of the 20. Here we go. Rivers does not go for the big one. Throws it out of bounds instead. Incomplete, and the Jets are going to pull off the big comeback. That's it.
There was nobody going deep down the field. I was looking to see maybe they were going to try to do a hook and lateral. Vincent Jackson. Look, it's just a normal route. 4th down.
On the other side, Cromartie,
Coming across the middle.
which wouldn't have done you much good with 11 seconds, would have done you nothing unless you were going to try to do the hook and ladder, as you said. Rex Ryan's defense blanks San Diego in the 2nd half. The Jets are going to be 4-0 at home for only the 4th time in their franchise history.
Defense coming through in the 2nd half. The offense running the ball. Sanchez throwing it. Jets are going to feel really good about this.
They go into the bye off a big-time turnaround victory. Now 4-3 on the season, while San Diego falls to 4-2. Let's see the meeting of the coaches. It's in the books as a Jets victory at 27-21. Coming up next, it's the Subway postgame show. For Phil Simms and all the crew, this is Jim Nantz saying so long from the Meadowlands. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. Now let's go to James Brown in New York.